Good morning everybody and welcome back to another video here on the channel where today I am showing off another mock that I've done recently. Now this is a official Lego set mock, there's barely any custom work done here, and ever since I've had my white plates from December of 2021 I wanted to do two things. One, a winter village, and two, a Hoth. And that was entirely based off Mr. here. This is Ralph, my 2014 8080. And I've been running a lot of Hoth sets recently. I absolutely love this sequence from the movie, and I love Lego's interpretation, minifigures, and base layouts. And I'm pretty much obsessed with every set they produce out from this episode 5 era. Now, I want to show this to you guys today and also talk about a couple of notable absences which I am working my way towards. However, can't buy everything, at least not straight away, and there are a lot of sets here and it's bigger than it ever was. So I suppose if we start over here with the Rebel encampment, you can see, of course, one important set here. This is, of course, the 2010, I should say, Rebel base, I believe they called it, or was it Echo base? I don't remember the exact name, but either way, this included a turret here, which had a little seat in the top, which is broken off when I accidentally kicked this earlier. Being on the floor was maybe a dangerous decision for this mock. It also has a little opening spot down here with the turret. It came with the amazing Tauntaun mold, which you can imagine as someone that loves the sequence from the movie. This is so cool, and I've been fixing this up, so I finally got my bridle, and my saddle's a bit broken because I actually got this set secondhand in about 2016. Came with two Rebel Troopers, one of which you can see there, which has this cool play feature where you can push down on this and here go flying. I won't do that. And you've also got this cool tube piece, which I really like. Moving forward though, however, there was one more 2010 set that I have, and actually that's over on the other side. It's this Snowtrooper bike here, and also this encampment here, which is a Snowtrooper battle pack, which I picked up as part of the same lot in 2016 as far as used sets go. So that gave me some Rebels, some Snowtroopers, and a Han. And this was the same for a couple of years until you all know the story of 2020 when I bought my 2014 Ralph, who sits up here, of course. He came with a couple of the Snowtroopers on the ground, including the commander here, who is leading the charge. Then that was it again for a long time until Lego decided they wanted to make Hoth sets again. Now there was obviously a debate about whether I wanted the new 8080 in 2020, decided on no, and obviously the new giant UCS one is a tad too expensive for my liking, well, that's off the table as well. But in 2022, to go along with the UCS 8080, they produced a load of smaller sets which also work really well. So we have the Snowtrooper Battle Pack, which you can see here with the Snowspeeder with the Scout Snowtrooper, which is, by the way, an incredible minifigure, one of my favorites from this year so far. Got another E-Web, as well as over on this side you've got the little Snowfort, which I've actually repurposed for the Rebels. But then you also have the Rebel Trooper accessory pack, which was here with these two guns and a couple more of the Rebel figures, which I was absolutely desperate to get my hands on to go up against this 8080. I did miss one set though, one that I picked up recently. This was the 2021 Micro Fighters 8080 versus Tauntaun, and I've got Luke up here. And as a little Easter egg, my 8080 driver's up there, because the 2014 one only came with one. You've got him and General Veers in the top there. Oh dear, the blaster pieces fell out. We'll get to those in a minute. But because I didn't want to have one on the ground, I just put him in here with this absolutely adorable baby 8080. Absolutely love him to bits. But that's all the sets here. One of the biggest absences, at least to me, is the Hoth 80 ST, which was another 2022 set designed to go with the 8080. And I made the decision that he was the wrong scale for my 8080 here, as in he'd be like almost the same height as Ralph, and that would be no use for this mock because that would just look silly. And two, I don't really care. I think I'd prefer the Rogue One from 2016. I like that minifigure selection better, and just the design with the flaps being up instead of down. I don't know, just my personal preference. Maybe it's a bit of nostalgia. But anyway, one thing that I think from that set is a notable absence is the probe droid. I would love to have that probe droid. I'm going to bricklink it sooner or later, that is for sure. Another absence is, of course, any form of Echo base. I particularly love the action battle version from 2019 that a lot of people hate, and I did nearly manage to buy that for a whopping low price of £12. last year. So that would have been awesome to have, because then that would have given me some more figures and snow humps and stuff, and another AT-AT, although I wouldn't have used that in this mock. Then the other version of the other set that I think could have fulfilled that role would have been the Master Builder Series set, which I absolutely adore. I think it looks incredible. I would love to have that set one day. Just such a cool set. Does not deserve any of the hate it got at all. And then the last, I think, important absence from Hoth is perhaps the the big one. I do think that the UCS AT-AT is sort of incredible. It would be amazing, again, to have such a set. The AT-AT is probably my favourite Star Wars vehicle. I really wish I could have the big one. However, I will not give Disney that much money. It is not worth it in my eyes. If I ever do get it, then it will have to be miraculous. So, miraculous occasion. Anyway, before we take one last detailed look at everything up close and I talk about some of the actual mock work I've done here, I did want to mention something about the pricing of this, I guess. So I picked up my Ralph for £50 secondhand off Gumtree, which is a listing website here in the UK. And with the used sets from 2010, I got them both for 15. So that puts us up to 65. And then with your Snow Trooper Battle Pack and your Rebel Trooper Battle Pack and the Tauntaun, which I managed to get on sale, this is, yeah, it's about £100. So this is definitely your cheap mock here. This is, by comparison, at least by Star Wars standards, you can achieve this from £100 if you're patient and lucky. Instead of having to pay $800 for the proper Hoth AT-AT, or even $160 for the real place scale AT-AT. So this just proves that it is possible. And like there was that recent video from Solid Brick Studios which I saw, which was building a set out of mocks, and I realized this concept looks the same. I actually built mine about a month ago before this launched, and I'm only just getting around to filming it now. However, my point being, this is considerably cheaper than you might expect for a Star Wars mock. Anyway, let's start with the Empire side and we'll go through the details. So you've got this little rocket launcher display stand down here with some rockets, and you've got a field commander. Before you've got Luke, who is zip-lining up to put the thermal detonator, a piece that I really need a copy of, up into the AT-AT. AT-AT actually has a trapdoor up there. I wonder what would happen if I pulled it out. Okay, not much. Luke's just going for a fall. You've then got this little explosion piece here, which is actually the Marvel Superheroes accessories piece, and this is designed to look like someone has shot a blaster bullet and it's just hit the AT-AT's leg right here. There's another one here where it's skimming past the face, and of course its blaster cannons were shooting before I knocked it out earlier. But back down on the floor, the AT-AT is obviously in a walking position. You've got one of the E-Web blasters firing off, as well as one of them back here, which is maybe a bit more long-ranged. You've got the troopers who are running out ahead to attack the rebel base, and you've got two speeders. The old one here, which has been blown up by one of the rebel cannons, has shot it right here. And you've also got the scout trooper who is revving up, going to attack. Did I mention how much I love that figure? Over on this side though, you've got the rebels, so you've got a bit of negative space in the middle where they haven't quite clashed yet. One of the guns is firing off, however, the E-Web on this side has actually shot this guy who was operating this cannon, and he has gone flying backwards thanks to the DC superhero pieces, and you can see the impact of this explosion here. You've also got another one of the turrets, the guns here, which I really do love the use of the guns on the legs for. He's holding on to this one on the floor, and he's also got his battery pack, which is connected with a string piece, which I just had in my spare mod collection. You've also got one of the ion cannons, which is powering up. Maybe that's what shot up at Ralph's head up here, or maybe it's preparing to knock the head off and kill General Veers, unlike the official cannon. Then you've also got your rebel troopers over here who are preparing for an assault. You've got this guy back here who's using his macro binoculars. And then in the very back, you've got one of the turrets with another trooper stood in reserve. And you've got Han marching in here with his blaster ready to hopefully do some damage to the attackers. So this is a 432 by 32 plate white base plate mock, and I definitely wanted to make it this big just to give it some space to breathe, and I think it really paid off because of it. I just think it would have been a bit cramped if it was on 2, and also if I had done say 1, 2, 3, 4, I also think it would have been a bit weirdly sideways. I definitely think the long and thin works best, at least for my current Hoth setup. If I had Echo Base, then of course maybe I'd need the 2x2 layout just to give them more space, and you push the troops back so that the AT-AT couldn't squash them. Maybe that's a bit less realistic. Either way, that's going to do it for today. Let me know what you guys thought of this mock and share your opinions down below in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.